The history of photography. Have you ever thought about where did the present form of photography come from? Although we've moved away from it into digital photography, we still use many of the same photography techniques that were used back in the 1800s, such as lighting methods, to name one. If you're a photography history buff, you've more than likely heard of Daguerre or any of the other famous history buffs. If you're not familiar with them, they invented what we know as modern photography. They made a chemical mixture that consisted of chalk and silver. The two combined will darken the exposed light. Combine this method along with a glass negative and you cement the image. From here we moved into the direction of film cameras that are manual. The film would capture the image, and it was later to be developed into a dark room. That way the negative would not be overexposed. If you used one of the film cameras, you really had to understand photography extremely well to capture your shots. White balance, shutter speed, and metering were of utmost importance. You would have to spend a lot of time getting prepared by setting up the shot. After the manual camera, we were presented with the lightweight automatic cameras. You no longer had to spend time on aperture and shutter speed because they were programmed into camera settings. This saved lots of time. All you needed to do was select your setting, focus, and click. A lot of these cameras were combo cameras, meaning they came with manual options, although they were automatic cameras. Many of the techniques that were added in order to use manual and film cameras were no longer valid, and it makes taking photos much easier than ever before. It is recommended that you take a class or two in the basic photography, as well as get yourself the best possible DSLR camera. You don't need anything expensive, but a good entry-level digital camera will be all most need to take photos with a modern-day camera. If you'd like to read more articles like this, visit reviewdslrcameras.com. reviewdslrcameras.com.